Back in 1974, doctor says, Claredon, you have muscular you'll be in a wheelchair down the road. That was in 1974 when you're 18 years old. That's pretty young. And with the disabled world back there and the word handicap and more harsh words, the environment for the language, the culture, and acceptability, even to myself, of what the word disabled meant and as far as disabling rather and focusing on abilities. Thank God to my Acadian heritage, I kept my positive and the sustainability and just move on. Was lucky and that people for decades before me did some social action on disability movements and social action of any kind. We were 6 years away from the International Year Disabled, which I didn't know back then, but was the recipient of $8,000 to get my Bachelor of Commerce and ended up in 1980 being hired by a bank at the cost of Service Canada for my education, $8,000. I figured after that, probably the next 15 to 18 years, gave back $150,000 in income tax. So I thought, well, that's one way to look at service that will happen because was International Year Disabled why I was hired that year. Made the bank made money through my work, and since that, that the GST I've contributed. I've also calculated lately the last 16 years of volunteering in my community, being a social action advocate, being mentored by people who were there in 1960s and 50s. Looking back, the year of International of the Disabilities in 1980, I benefited a lot from people in 1940s, 50s, and 60s who did a lot of social action on the backbones of people with disability who couldn't travel back then. There was no sign language. There was no money for interpreters, etc. And being French culture, French language, Canada is a big country, and when people of Canadian citizens from Vancouver, Newfoundland met, there must have been a lot of hardships to travel because there was no trains, planes, and automobiles that were really accessible like it is now. So I guess we have to really celebrate the last 30 years of achievements. We have a long way to go still because of an aging population and et cetera, and other countries who are beating us in technology that's accessible to all sorts of cross-disability people. At the end, we are citizens. I am a uncle. I am a husband first. I'm a uncle. I'm also have cousins, and I have a mom and a dad that I contribute and enjoy their life. Also enjoy my volunteer work and through CCD and other Nova Scotia League for Opportunities.